is Alex Munoz and I'm a lifestyle and fashion photographer from Los Angeles, and today I want to show you how to convert readily available manual focus lenses that you can buy for little money on eBay to Cine lenses. Why would you want to do that? Simply because you can find great glass, amazing lenses for just a few bucks on eBay, and the whole conversion process is rather easy, and it allows you to take video without having to buy expensive Cine lenses or convert your other lenses that you might want to use for photography. So let's get right to it. What I got here is a Pentax 50mm 1.4. It's a manual focus lens. I got this on eBay for, I believe, like $90. You can certainly find cheaper ones, but what really attracted me to this listing was that the lens seems to be in mint condition, meaning there's no haze on the inside, there seems to be no dust spots whatsoever. So this is a clean lens and I don't have to worry about much. So for changing the lens to a Cine lens, you need to do two things. First of all, you want to declick the aperture, because the aperture is not like fixed as you would do in photography. In cinematography, it's used to control the exposure, obviously, but usually it's declicked, meaning that there's no fixed stops and you can just move them seamlessly from one f-stop to another. And as you can hear right now, this one is definitely clicked. So in order to get rid of the aperture, what we have to do is, of the clicking in the aperture, what we have to do is we have to open the lens and we have to remove the little, there's like a little ball in there, and this little ball is basically used to, to provide a fixed aperture position, meaning like the clicking part that we hear right now, right? In addition to that, what we also have to do is we don't have to, but what I usually want to do is I want to add a Cine gear around the focus ring or the aperture ring, so that you can use a follow focus with your gear. So let's get right to it. So technically this works for any manual focus lens regardless of the mount. They all pretty much work the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this cap here, and I'm sure you can see there's a bunch of screws in the back. These screws we have to remove. So let me do that right now. Keep in mind that some lenses are a little bit older, so it might be more difficult to get these screws out. Just be prepared and get a good screwdriver. Those can be had at electronic stores, for example, or on Amazon. Just be careful that you don't break them or lose them, because you're going to need them. So I'm just going to put them all in that area. What I found is that older Pentax lenses are in particular very, very easy to modify. So what you're going to do is you're going to remove this bayonet here, and in this particular lens, I'm just going to put this on the side here. You can see one of the lens elements here, and in order to make this happen, all I have to do is I pull this out, which is the aperture ring. It comes off, just very gentle. Just pull it to the top, set it aside, and I'm just going to flip the lens over so you see the little metal ball that I was talking about, which is this little guy here. And if we look on the inside of this ring, you can see there's little notches in there. See that? And those notches basically provide the clicks with this ball. So as soon as we get this little metal ball out here, we are able to, oh, this should actually fall out. There it is. There's a little grease on it, that's why it got stuck a little. So you see that little ball here on my finger. So I'm going to put that aside. And if I now put the ring back on, I'm going to align it with the 1.4 aperture in the red marking here because that is where I pulled it off. So when I do this now, as you can see, the aperture moves and there's no clicking anymore. I can close it all the way down and I can open it all the way up. No problem there. And that's all I have to do. There you go. So you might want to clean the lens in some instances. But basically that is what you do, and then you put this back together. So all the pieces that you just had, just line them up, and you just should be able to find the little holes in there. You take your screws and put them back in where they were before. Don't tighten them all at once. I usually tighten them across. So instead of just having them all at once, tighten like little in this area here, and then in this area here, and then in this area here. And then I start tightening them with the last one starting first. Don't over tighten them, make sure you don't want to break it, because if you ever have to service your lens, you need to be able to unscrew this. So I'm going to go right here, and I go right here, and right here. Do this again. Just like barely hand tight, so it's not really over tightened. And I'm going to do this right here now as well, and again once more here, and the last time here. So that's it. As you can see, now the aperture is declicked. I can put a ring around it, or a Cine lens ring, and I can, show you how to do that right now. So there's a whole bunch of Cine gears that you can use for this. I got a few. I have this one. This is a Cinevate, which is for a different lens. As you can see, this is obviously not going to fit. It's going to be quite big. And then I have this one, which I got on eBay as well. It's basically a geared piece of rubber, and what you're going to do is you're just going to get that around here. This is really like a low-cost solution. And then you just tighten it and tighten the screws, and then you have your gear around it. I do not really recommend these because they're really flimsy, and as you can see, when I bend this, it's not really rigid. I had issues with using this on a follow focus system, so I would not necessarily recommend doing this. But there's others that are better. You can get the Cinevate that I just showed you. Those are really affordable. I think they're around 30 bucks. I can put a link in the comment section where you can find this, and then they come in different sizes. So there's a smaller version that would fit this lens much better. But what you can also do is, this is like a plastic kind of thing, which is much better. And basically you can cut this, and then you have these little fasteners here, and you just tighten it like this, and the fasteners go around, and then you have a really nice solid Cine gear on it that doesn't move, and that doesn't deteriorate as much. And these are like very cheap. I think they're like around $20, $22 or something. And this is how you can easily convert one of those lenses. And of course, if you want to put the aperture on a gear as well, so that you can pull aperture, if you want to do that, then of course you can do that as well. So that's it basically. So now we've converted this 50mm f1.4 to a Cine lens with declicked aperture, and all you have to do, or all I have to do now, is add my Cine gear ring, and then I'm good to go. And thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, make sure to reach out. Have fun. Bye.